But here's what I think about AI real quick on any business. If you're a business owner, you're not using AI and you're not using the tools, you're the same person that's going to die just like when they didn't want to use the internet. Yeah, but conversations are business in general.
Yeah.
Why are you and I talking? This is business right here.
Yeah.
This is business. Well, I don't know what business we're going to do together.
Who knows?
You own a capital company, bro.
Yeah.
You're Nicoletti Capital, right?
Yeah.
What is Nicoletti Capital? Tell me.
I specialize in helping individuals and high net worth families basically protect and grow their wealth without any risk.
Without any risk?
Yeah, without any risk.
Without going to jail?
Without going to jail.
Yeah. All right, explain. So explain when you say without any risk, because everybody talks about finances and they're going to say, well, there's always risk. Obviously, we mitigate risks.
Yeah.
You know, you can't mitigate against what the stock market's going to do, or what the dollar will do, or something like that, which is catastrophic, like wild shit.
Yeah.
So how do you mitigate risk for finances? This is going to be a money talk, bro. I'm excited.
Good. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Well, it's more so how you do it. So, I mean, there's so many different types of securities. I mean, a lot of people are familiar with the stock market. You have the bond market, you have futures, you have Forex, you have options market. Now you got cryptocurrency. I mean, as long as there's a buyer and a seller and a commodity, there's a market for it.
So let me ask you real quick. You know, you're a capital guy, you're a money guy.
Yeah.
And we talk about risk. We talk about, capital risk, and, you're telling me that you can mitigate all risk away? Or
Depends what you define as risk. I mean,
sure.
But I like to do it in a way where my clients can sleep at night and I can sleep at night as well, because I've played that game. When I started in this business, I started as a stockbroker, right? So basically it's like a professional gambler, if you will, and your clients you're like the bookie and your clients are basically like the gamblers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it was an interesting way to start the business, but it's not something long-term that makes sense from a financial perspective for clients. But
so when you're talking about the stock market and being a stockbroker, you're talking about stockbroker as gambling, right? You're gambling with somebody else's money.
Essentially, I mean, that's how a lot of people do it. I mean, especially now with like the apps and everything like that, with Robinhood and all these apps, like everyone's an expert trader now. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. It's interesting.
They're
times.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. They say they are. When it comes to the stock market and when it comes to like risk and everything like that, what are a few things? We'll just start off. We'll start off some tips real quick. I mean, what are a few things for somebody that's not working with you? Can you give a couple gems, golden nuggets to people on what to do with their money? Maybe not the high net worth that can afford you, right? But what are some of the things that people should be looking at and doing to make sure that they're managing their wealth properly and not truly gambling?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Well,
the good thing is with today and how they structured everything, it's a lot easier to get access to these types of securities. And really the biggest thing, it's not a secret, it's diversification. And for the longest time, people would buy individual stocks, individual bonds, and that kind of, I would say, transitioned over to mutual funds. And now the new thing is ETFs, exchange traded funds. So basically, you're just buying an index. So the big secret that nobody wants you to know is that 80 to 90% of money managers don't beat the market.
80 to 90% of money managers don't beat the market.
Over 10 years.
Okay. What does that mean for most people?
Most people is they're probably overpaying in fees and management fees for basically subpar performance.
Yeah. It's pretty much the whole industry, I think.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your history in, where you came from. So you came from corporate world, you came from being a stockbroker, doing some Wolf of Wall Street stuff, gambling with some people's money, right? Probably not that bad.
No. Yeah. I'm here, otherwise I'd be in jail.
That's right. Yeah. So what was that like? Because I'm always interested, I think a lot of people, I mean, when I watched Wolf of Wall Street first time, I was like, wow, stockbrokers, that's gotta be exciting. That's gotta be fun. You can make a shitload of money. What was that like? And where were you doing it? Were you doing it in New York?
No, I'm from New York originally, but I actually started out in South Florida. There's a huge financial hub down there. So there's a lot of stockbrokers, a lot of financial institutions. Actually recently, the CEO of Citadel, Ken Griffin, he just relocated from Chicago down to Miami, and he's one of the biggest hedge funds in the country. Okay. So Miami's definitely exploding to be a huge financial hub.
So what was it like? Tell me some of the crazy stories. Tell me some of the things that were going on there. I don't think everybody really understands the stock market, how it works. Yeah. And I think now, especially like back in the day, you had to go to a stockbroker to do anything. Now you have Robinhood, you have all these different things. I think I have a Charles Schwab app on my phone. Yeah. So I don't talk to a stockbroker. No, I don't deal with one. So what does a stockbroker do now?
Now it's transitioned. Really, it's more of like a hybrid role. So when you're a stockbroker, you get your Securities 7 license, which basically gives you the authorization to buy and sell stocks and bonds and options. And then what happened, I would say somewhere in the early 2000s, a lot of financial professionals got their Series 65, which is registered investment advisor license. So they pretty much just changed their title from stockbroker to financial advisor and just mitigated risk among different asset classes as opposed to just stocks.
So, I mean, in doing stockbroker work, what's your day-to-day like? So what do you know what I mean? That's kind of that's what I'm counting.
That's
I want the deep dive. I want the deep dive into what that looks like, because Gary, do you have any like idea of what like a stockbroker life looks like right now?
Not right now.
No. Wolf of Wall Street, I do.
Yeah, that's the only.
That looks sick. Well, maybe minus the drugs.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is that I would say when that movie came out, that was like 2013, and I think he was prevalent in Long Island in the 1990s, I believe. He had Stratton Oakmont, and that was kind
80s.
of
I think it was 80s, wasn't it?
It might have been 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
No, it was actually
Was it 90s?
Yeah. He had Stratton Oakmont in Long Island, and that's where Jordan Belfort started. But, you know, basically when I got into it, it's really weird watching the movie, because a lot of the scripts that he's saying is like what they taught you. Like the Wall Street script is it's called the straight line script.
No shit.
Yeah.
So that's real.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, it's real.
Are you guys actually covering the phone?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you're making $500 a day, right? So you're coming in like at 7, 8 in the morning, and the market I would specialize in was working in overseas UK. So people in Ireland, people in UK, stuff like that, people in Scotland. So it's a different market. So we'd come in early. They're about 6 hours ahead of us, and you just start, calling those countries, and then you'd kind of just work the time zone. But you'd just be, it's interesting because I'm only 35, right?
Yeah.
And when I started this was before technology. We used to use these little cards to call people. They were called Dun & Bradstreet cards. And basically, you would have the name of the company, it would have contact information, it would have revenue information, and like, this is the guy you got to talk to. So the whole game was do what you have to do to get the guy on the phone.
Got it.
So that was, if you have to sweet talk the secretary, if you got to make it seem like you're someone that you're not, unfortunately, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to go around the gatekeeper.
It's a little bit snaky, a little bit.
I mean, yeah, there's ways you can do it, you know what I mean? But you get really good at getting in front of people. And the one thing that I realized from my experience is that whoever you want to get in front of is just one call away.
Yeah. That's a
which
really
is
good sales tip. Honestly, that's a really good tip.
You just pick up the phone, right?
I tell it to people all the time, bro. I tell it to people all the time. Not just pick up the phone, but like, don't be afraid to put yourself out there.
No.
And don't be afraid of hearing no.
Yeah.
Why are people so scared of hearing no?
It's the old adage, some will, some won't, so what? So that's the old adage.
I like that. So you go from this life, which is probably a little bit hectic, a little bit, you probably have carpal tunnel in one hand from dialing the phone.
A little bit,
too many times, You go in and you kind of get out of that business. What year was that?
So I got my stockbroker license 2010. So I was doing that for a couple of years. And then I transitioned over to Merrill Lynch, and a little bit more of a reputable company.
Got it. Yeah. And then you left Merrill Lynch.
Yeah, at some point I left there because they're still a very big name in the industry.
Sure.
But they got bought out from Bank of America a little bit shortly, before that. And it just changed the dynamic a little bit. But the bottom line is that where the industry was going, they weren't going with it, because I went to go work at TD Ameritrade, and they were all about the cutting edge technology, online trading, all the platforms, Thinkorswim. So that was kind of where things were going. So I was like, you know what, I can stay here. But I wanted to pivot and go where the industry was going.
So you walk away from Merrill Lynch then when that transition happens.
Yeah.
So how long has Nicoletti Capital been going?
I founded this in 2022. So I left corporate, and I worked for so many companies for so long, and you do so many different types of transactions, work with so many different types of clients. You make the firm so much money. I mean, you make a good living, don't get me wrong, but
did the pandemic help with your transition idea?
I think it started everyone's transition idea, where you're kind of looking around, you're like, hey man, I've been in corporate for so long. I'm making these businesses multiple 7 figures, and yeah, I'm making multiple 6 figures, right? But it's like you're seeing what's possible and what's out there, and especially with technology and the way things are going, it's like it doesn't make any sense why you can't do it yourself, right? So
has your gamble paid off?
Yes. We're in the process of it, though. Good things take time, right?
So of course. It's only a couple of years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
You're talking 3 years, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, well, just about 3 years. So
yeah. Awesome. So yeah, I mean, going from making 6 figures working for somebody else, the goal in working for yourself. And this will be a funny question for everybody that wants to go work for themselves because you want freedom of time and all this. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, you get to pick the 12 hours you work a day.
if not 16 hours.
Yeah, there's some days, like especially because I'm married, I have 2 kids and a wife, and it's like, you give up a cushy life where you're making good 6-figure salary or income, and then you're only working 50 hours a week or so.
Comfort's
and
a
then
drug.
You take the risk and you say, well, let me step away from that, and then just basically stare into the abyss and see what happens, right? So
what was the main reason that you left the corporate world? Just because it was like you saw the real opportunity of money or success, or did you not want to be dictated by somebody else? Give me that story.
a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I always knew that at some point I wanted to work for myself.
Okay.
But the good thing is that I think by working in corporate, you got the structure, you got the protocols, you got all the experience of working with high net individuals, business procedures. So it actually gave you a really good experience to go in and do your own thing. If I didn't have that experience, it might have been a lot more difficult to do that without having corporate experience and just jumping right in and doing it yourself. It could have been a whole different story. So.
Got it. Okay. Now you built in your model like this client first approach.
Yeah.
So you brought this model in, you're learning lessons in branding and marketing and all this stuff. Like, so tell me what this client first approach is. I like the name of it, I like the sound of it, but tell me what it is, because I have the exact same thing. We have a patient first approach. We're actually sitting right on top of my medical clinic downstairs in my new studio here. So tell me what that means to you. What does client first mean?
Well, in the financial world, it's something called fiduciary responsibility. So I think with you guys, it's like a Hippocratic oath or something similar.
For the medical staff, I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I'm the business guy.
Yeah. I mean, so the bottom line is that a lot of financial professionals, one, they don't outperform the market. There's a very small percentage of people that do.
Sure.
And the people
Nancy Pelosi really good at it.
I had a
fantastic at it.
It's funny you say that, because I had a feeling at some point that would come up. But yeah, apparently she's the best stock trader in the world. And
unbelievable. Truly, her record is astounding. So if you guys want to make money, follow Nancy Pelosi's trading strategy. I think there's actually there's a Twitter account.
Yeah, there's either
or X account. Sorry, Twitter.
There's a website or there's an app that shows you like her performance and like pegs it against the S&P and like pegs it against like Warren Buffett.
Bro, peg it against like Bitcoin, which is ridiculously performing. I think Pelosi's still doing better. It's crazy.
It's crazy how she's still in office, and I don't want to get too political, but it's just these people that have been in office for so long. It's like you're 80 years old. It's like, come on.
Well, I mean, that's term limits need to happen.
Yeah.
Anybody that disagrees with term limits happening.
Yeah.
But the stock trading aside, yeah.
But back to the client first approach. I mean, one is just fiduciary responsibility. So
sure.
The thing is, you can always make money, but you can't get your name back, right? So that's a big thing. So I make sure that whenever I deal with somebody, it's going to make sure that it's putting them in the best position, and that what's going to pay me more or pay me more commission. It's like, hey, what's going to actually put them in a better position for their wealth, for their retirement, or for whatever that is.
What a thought.
Yeah.
I do the same thing,
but
it's from a health perspective. It's like, at the clinic downstairs, it's like, well, yeah, we can sell you every drug. We have people come in, oh, I want this, I want TRT and growth hormone and this peptide and this. All right, well, no. Because we're not here to sell you drugs or peptides or medications. We're here to make you healthy.
Yeah.
To help you live. To help you live longer. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
So you're here to make the money.
Exactly.
And you make money in the process.
Yeah. I mean, you do right by people, and then they're going to do right by you. It's kind of just a two-way street. That's just how it goes.
What can you say about money and about wealth creation, about managing wealth that most people just wouldn't really think about? Because I look at money in a very specific and a very maybe strange way.
No, you don't. There's two different ideologies. You have the entrepreneur mindset, which is most likely where you're at, and then you have the 9-to-5 person, where they're just trying to save as much money as possible so they can stop working as soon as possible.
Is saving money the right method?
No.
Okay. I love that you just said no immediately. No. End of podcast. Stop saving money.
Well, I will say, I mean, you want to make sure you have a little bit in the bank. I mean, I think anything more than 12 months of income is a little excessive, because you're losing 2 to 3% easy on inflation, easy, right? So the thing about money is it's just a tool. It's supposed to give you leverage. It's just paper. It's nothing. There's no value behind it. We live in a fiat currency. We got off the gold standard in the 70s with Richard Nixon. So our money is not backed by anything but the good faith of the U.S. government. So
of the military, really.
Yeah, the military. Basically, if you try us, we're going to blow you up. I mean, that's
yeah. But I mean, like, it's real. And when people ask, well, what about BRICS? What about this? The strength of the U.S. dollar and all this stuff. And I'm like, guys, there are massive amounts of money that are basically pegged, and massive amounts of like wealth that are pegged to the U.S. dollar. The UAE, We were just talking about Dubai before the cameras rolling.
Yeah.
I just got back a week ago. The UAE's currency is pegged to the US dollar.
Yeah, everyone.
Do you think the multi-billionaires and trillionaires and all of these families, because they're all, that's, by the way, trillionaire family.
Yeah.
You think they're pegging to the US dollar because it's going to fail? No, relax. Yeah. You know what I mean?
We're still the best house in a bad neighborhood, right?
Good way of putting it.
So that's a good way of putting it. For right now, I'm not saying it's impossible that we'll lose reserve currency status.
Sure.
I still think we're a couple decades away from that easy. It just depends on the trajectory of where we're going with our fiscal responsibility in this country, because we're approaching $36 trillion in deficit. So
let's talk about this. When you say 36 trillion deficit, who do we owe?
Well, our largest bondholder is Japan right now.
Okay.
So basically, the way that we raise capital, if you will, is we sell our bonds to other countries because they consider it a safe haven, and we pay interest on those bonds to those countries that hold the debt.
But it's based off of a fake currency with no actual real backing.
Correct.
It kind of all seems like fairy dust, doesn't it? Is money even real?
It depends on how you look at it, but I mean, and the reality of it is, I mean, it's just numbers on a screen, right?
Yeah.
Like, hypothetically speaking, I mean, do you know how the banking system lends money out?
Tell us.
So for every dollar in deposit, they lend out 10.
Yeah. I heard it was 7 to 10. Yeah, that's what I've heard before.
So imagine tomorrow if every single one of us went to go pull our money out, what would happen?
Oh, the whole system crashes.
Yeah,
Has anybody on here ever tried to pull their money out of a bank?
I mean, if you're pulling out more than 10,000, forget about it. I mean,
it is a hassle to pull out 20K. It's a hassle.
Yeah, because I mean, most people don't pull out 20K.
Sure.
So when you actually do that, it's basically from a criminal perspective, they want to make sure that every time there's over $10,000 deposit or withdrawal, they probably fill out paperwork, something like that too.
Which, in my opinion, go to hell.
It's your money.
It's my money. Who the hell are you? I'm letting you hold this money and make money off of my money, which banks are doing, by the way.
Yeah.
I had a conversation, and you can actually, maybe you can confirm or deny, or maybe probably more than likely stay quiet about it.
Yeah.
There's like this thing about like how much money banks actually make off our money, not just the lending side, but like what they're making off of the money physically in there, right?
Yeah.
And people talk about like, oh, these returns in crypto are crazy and it's not safe and this and that. I'm like, banks are making 10, 20, 30% of our money every month.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. Easy. Yeah. I heard this from a very high up person in JP Morgan private bank.
Yeah.
He's like, well, people are saying that what, a 5% yield, a 4% yield, a 3% yield monthly is crazy. Like, banks are making 20, 30% easy a month.
It's a joke. I mean, that's why they pay you that kind of money, because they have a trading floor, and they have people that trade and at a very high level. And also too, when you have that type of assets like JP Morgan, they're the largest, money or bank in the world, commercial bank. Mm-hmm. They can influence the market significantly as well.
They do, constantly.
So that goes back to that whole fiduciary responsibility thing. Is like, not only are you you're in the club and you're the biggest boy on the block, or you're the biggest one on the block, but you can influence how the market is gonna go up or down, and then you can take advantage of that arbitrage as well. So it's interesting, right?
Oh man,
it's crazy. Did you know? You know what's interesting? Did you know this bank here is actually the largest in Florida for deposits?
Which bank?
Chase, right here.
In Dr. Phillips.
Yeah,
I have a feeling why that is. Gary, you know why that is?
I didn't. I was opening actually when.
I'll tell you after the podcast.
Yeah, that's fine. But when I was going there and I was doing some stuff with my business, and then the guy was casually mentioning that, I'm like, oh, it's interesting. I knew it was a good area, but I'm like, I would have thought maybe Miami or Palm Beach or something like that. But
I may have a direct relation to why this is happening or was happening. It's not going to be anymore, by the way.
Yeah, they're pulling out.
Somebody is pulled out from that bank because they were giving them problems, which is it makes me nervous. The American banking system in general, actually just honestly, just national banks.
Yeah.
These big banking systems in general, especially in the United States, they make me more nervous than the cryptocurrency market. Yeah. In certain extents.
Well, that's Bitcoin came out of the financial crisis in 2008.
Yeah.
So that's why it was created, to basically protect the consumer against the government.
Well, and now and like, can we just be clear? Bank of America, Chase, so JP Morgan and Chase, they're tied to the government. They're intertwined with the U.S. government.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're part of it, basically.
Yeah.
What is JP Morgan buying right now? A ton of Bitcoin.
I have no idea. I do know that the largest Bitcoin holder is BlackRock.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the top 10 largest is JP Morgan Chase.
They might be in there. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
but
I think
I'm
I
sure
saw
they're
it.
in there.
I think I looked it up one time. Gary, you can probably
And
we can have Gary look it up in the background.
It's really interesting because 5-10 years ago they weren't involved in this game at all. Now they're all jumping in, so it's interesting.
What's your thought on crypto in general?
I just look at where the big money's going, man. It's like, ask me where the market's going to go. It's if anyone tells you they're lying, right? Nobody really knows. So
Sure.
I just look at where the people that are in the know, what they're doing, and I see that they're doubling down on it. So it's interesting to look at that.
So when you see major billionaire players, what is it? I think it's in the billions. He's going to look it up.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. So, and this is kind of like common sense. And I still see people, and I laugh, bro, every time. I'm heavy into a lot of crypto, and I'm part of a company that's involved in it. And when I hear people, it's a scam, it's this, it's that, I'm like, look, the multi-billionaires are all getting scammed? All of them? They're all getting scammed?
Yeah.
Like, I think they're smarter than that.
Yeah, I mean, people have been saying that for a while. I mean, also too, it's like when people are fearful, you want to be greedy. When people are greedy, you want to be fearful, right? So that's the old saying.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
When you're going to the bar and the bartender's telling you to buy Bitcoin or they're telling you to buy this stock, that's when you usually want to sell everything.
Nice.
So
Smart.
that's usually how it goes. And
It's a nice way of saying that.
yeah, I mean, I think that was a Warren Buffett quote. So
Was it?
Yeah.
Nice. Are you a fan?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, one of the best money managers to exist. So.
What do you think of his lifestyle?
I mean, it just shows you that, simple works. You know what I mean? He focuses on fundamentals. I was actually watching a documentary of him, and he still drives he has the same home that he's lived in since like the 50s. I think he paid like $30,000 for it. Yeah. So, and then also he has like a 2014 Cadillac DeVille, I believe.
Yeah.
And he was going to McDonald's, and he was buying every day he goes to McDonald's.
Well, he owns McDonald's, doesn't he? He owns
I'm sure he's a massive
stock.
shareholder. His biggest position, I believe, is Coca-Cola.
Which I saw a post on IG the other day, and it showed what the CEO of Coca-Cola made
Oh, versus the dividends.
that Warren Buffett makes. It's like 400x what he made.
Yeah,
it's like,
of course.
Don't always try to be the CEO and the owner and the boss. Invest.
Yeah, I mean,
Put your money where it works.
that goes back to Rich Dad Poor Dad. The four quadrants, right? You want to go from being a business owner to an investor, right? That's where it is. You don't want to be this. Maybe at some point you got to make your money be in the C-suite, but you want to be an investor. That's where the money comes. So, where is it at right now? It's like 120,000, or
118 last I checked. We can check.
Yeah.
We can check the ticker.
What's
real
interesting is yesterday the stock market hit an all-time high, which is crazy.
Well, but Bitcoin is tied to the stock market and vice versa.
It's interesting.
It's not tied. Let me correct. Can you correct me on that? Like they correlate.
It's perfect word. They're correlated because I think a lot of people. It's interesting because you would think that it would go the other way, but it actually goes in sync with it. So.
Yeah, Bitcoin 117,540 right now, and Ethereum just under 3K. Ethereum at 3K is sick. I bought a ton of Ethereum at a little over 1,000.
That's the second largest one, right?
Ethereum's the largest. Ethereum network is the largest ecosystem.
Yeah.
They pretty much are doing everything. You know, they have most of the tech behind it. Bitcoin is the storage of value. Bitcoin's like gold. Bitcoin's let's just say Bitcoin's the gold of the crypto market.
They call it digital gold.
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
There we go. So it's it's the gold of the crypto market. Ethereum there's a utility in Ethereum network.
Yeah, I mean, there's a technology aspect to it, I believe. That's not my wheelhouse. That's
Of
before.
course.
And it's crazy because I'm not even 40 yet, and I feel like I'm so outdated in this market because technology is going so fast. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I first started, as a stockbroker, I'd call these little cards, and then when we were out of leads, they would give me the yellow pages, and they'd be like, "Hey, call this."
Stop, bro.
Yeah, they're like, "Call."
Most of you don't even know what the yellow pages are, by the way. It's a phone book. It's a phone book. Ask your grandparents.
Yeah, they're like, I'm like, hey, we're out of leads. So like, oh, perfect. And they throw a book on my desk. They're like, yeah, start calling the doctors and attorneys and start pitching them stock. I'm like, wow.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Gangster, bro. That's cool.
Well, I mean, that's everything is right in reach of you. I mean, like I just reached out to you, right? Like, hey, come on over. Like,
Well, I mean, you're down the street.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
We're basically neighbors.
Yeah, essentially.
And we have a bunch of friends in common. But yeah, it was when I put out the notice asking for some guests, right?
Yeah, which is nuts.
Yeah.
I just randomly saw it. I don't go on social too much. I'm like, oh, cool. I was like, let me hit him up and see if we'll meet up.
What do you think? So from a business perspective, because you're a businessman, you own Nicoletti Capital, you're doing this money management. How important to you is social media? How important to you from a business standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, is social media where you're focusing more of your stuff? Or I know you're getting a lot of word of mouth and a lot of things like that.
Yeah, I mean, you take care of people, they take care of you. But that's kind of one of the things I'd hopefully pick your brain about is that, because the whole marketing side, I have a lot of experience when it comes to money managing and dealing with people and business. But the thing that kind of kicked me in the face was the marketing side of things, man. And it's really interesting about how in 2025 how important personal branding is.
Yep.
How important marketing is.
It's almost everything.
Yeah. Well, especially with how I acquire clients, that's word to mouth. And also I do paid ads, but that's a good supplement to your business, but it's you want to find that natural, flow of followers, right. As well from building.
Paid ads work in some business and they don't in others.
Yeah.
That's like my biggest thing that I want people to understand. We just had a big meeting for some paid ads. One of the G's of the industry for doing paid ads. My buddy Shako in Dubai, he does how would you say, it's like a confidence, like speech confidence, and basically a speech coach.
Okay.
So teaching men and women how to assert themselves, how to speak better in public, all these different things, and he's killing it. And he started doing paid ads. He's like, I'm getting 300% ROI. I'm like, bravo. Cool. So I talked to the guy and I'm telling my industry, and it doesn't look like it's really going to work for my industry. What's the difference? It's what you're offering, right?
Well, it depends. What's your client acquisition cost, right? So,
well, it's not just that. It's just that if you look at what I offer, from the clinic perspective, let's say, what he's offering is people can look at that and make it a pretty immediate decision.
Yeah.
For coming to the clinic, coming to Aspire, there's steps. You got to fill out 10-page medical form. You got to get blood work. You got to see if you even qualify. It's not like, I'm making this decision. I'm getting this coach because I want to speak better in front of people and be more assertive.
You're not just selling people Trenbolone?
Well, no. Exactly. That's what, there are clinics to do it.
Yeah.
There's clinics out there that are shady as hell and they're doing it. This is why we're thriving and they're closing.
Well, it's nice to see, because I feel like for the longest time, they made it seem like testosterone was so hard to get. And, for the longest time, I'm telling my friends, this is a great thing to take, especially as a man. It's amazing for you.
If you need it, take it. If you need it. Now, if you're 25 years old and you're trying to take a shortcut and your lifestyle shit, and you're trying to take a shortcut with TRT.
Yeah.
If you go to my clinic, we're going to deny the shit out of you. I don't care about your money. Thanks to the cryptocurrency market, I don't need your money. I don't care. Thanks to great investment, I don't need your money.
Yeah, there you go.
That way, what does that make it? I can keep my business honorable and keep it, patient forward based.
Yeah.
Best way to do it. And I'm sure your investments are stout.
That's the only way to do it. Yeah. You're not going to last.
But people don't do that because I think a few different reasons. One, greed. Probably number one, greed.
Yeah, 100%.
Number two, they don't invest properly or wisely, so they don't have something that's either getting them mailbox money or something that's able to have them feel comfortable, feel safe, right? And then they have to almost bastardize their own business. I'm talking about entrepreneurs in general. Yeah. They have to bastardize their own business to make more money because they want to be more successful, but they lose all their values in the process.
That's number one. I always tell people, you can make more money, you can't get a new name, right? That's everything.
Reputation's everything.
But it is. It's the only thing that's personal brand, by the way, but that's everything. Mm-hmm. The thing is, it's all about foundation. If you can build your business on a bad foundation, it's going to collapse at some point, right? So
let's talk about personal branding.
Yeah.
And let's talk about, kind of what you're needing because, hey, why not? Yeah. We can do a little bit of
there we go.
We do a little bit of coaching and mentoring on here. Let's
there we go.
Let's get in. What are your problems? What are your biggest issues and problems and hurdles of social media? And you just said earlier, I don't really go on social media.
Well, the only thing I did switch recently. I have a marketing company now that they run all my meta ads.
Okay.
And it's actually been a huge saving on time and money.
Are they working?
Yes.
Good.
But I've had to go through so many companies to get to.
That's normal, bro.
I would say that's been the number one issue that I've dealt with.
Sure.
Again, it's not my knowledge. It's not dealing with people. It's not getting clients. It's how do you successfully acquire clients, through social media at a good acquisition cost. Mm-hmm. And now I have a system where obviously they use meta ads, but they self-book on a landing page. And they can just book for me. I don't have to have a cold caller. I don't have to have a dialer. I've gone through so many dialers too, where I'll just be hiring people and they would just be jerking me around.
Automation.
It's crazy. And then not only that, it's I'll be getting notifications at midnight. Oh, John booked an appointment. Cindy booked an appointment. and then it follows up with them. Hey, are you going to be here at 2:00 tomorrow?
Cool.
It's crazy, and I love it. And it's like going from calling the yellow pages to this.
You have
it's a
any
game
AI
changer.
behind it?
Yeah,
Awesome.
of course. And that's what the AI is. It's following up with them.
Yeah. So your AI automations are basically doing your baseline communication.
Yeah, 100%. You know, before I was doing direct mail, which still works.
Still works in some
You
capacity.
get like a 1 to 2% return rate on that.
Yeah.
But that's kind of this year for me, just been changing the way that I get in front of people, and not just doing the old school way of calling people and, you know, just calling businesses and using your network and stuff like that.
Sure. I want to talk about, you know, some of the tools that are kind of out there for, I love talking about like high net worth individuals and things like that.
Yeah.
But I'd rather talk about what most of the population watching this is going to be.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so what are some of the best tools? Because, you know, you have some, you know, basic invest in the S&P, which is, you know,
That works though, by the way.
it does.
You're going to beat 80% of money managers by just putting in the S&P.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Based on history.
Yeah, based on historical evidence.
Okay. But it's a long-term play.
The secret that a lot of people don't tell you is that you can get rich in the market and you don't need a lot of money, but it's going to take 20, 30 years. So
what about people that don't want to wait 20, 30 years to be rich? What do they do?
you got to make more money. there's no way around it.
Podcast title, make more money.
I mean, rule number one is get your income up. But if you don't want to do that, or you're not willing to do that, or you can't do that, then you can still get wealthy. It's just going to take you 20, 30 years.
Now, what do you think about like people when we're talking about like, okay, well, yeah, sure, guys, I'll make more money. Sure, Tony and Tomo, I'll make more money, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, most people are like, they get that automatically irks them out, right? So it makes them feel inadequate. It pisses them off. It's whatever. Well, I only can make so much money in this career, in this job.
Get better skill sets.
I say it all the time. Gary right here was a firefighter a year ago.
Yeah.
Making how much? 60,000 a year. How much are you gonna make this year? 350, 400.
Amazing.
In a year.
That's great.
In a year. What did you do? He raised his skill set.
Yeah.
He also increased his network. He also made his money work for him.
Yep.
He put into some investments that are very lucrative, and he's getting some mailbox money.
Yeah.
And he's working and he's building his brand, building his reputation. Gary Rice Productions is who is producing this.
Yeah.
Gary Rice Productions is who is partnered and working with me, with Tomo Talks, with Tomo LLC, with Goliath Ventures, our other company.
That's great.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's amazing, man. You're like in the top, what is that, 1%, 5%?
It's probably 1%, yeah.
That's great.
I don't know. What is the top
money.
1% now? Do you know?
Things are always changing, man. I have no idea.
It is, yeah. I don't know what the top 1% of income earners are.
Well, I mean, if you look at worldwide, it's not a lot, but if you're talking about the United States, it's a whole different. I mean,
Well, if you talk about worldwide, there's a lot of very.
it's like, you're like, I think like it's like 60,000. It's not a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you have food and you have a house,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like seriously, like
Yeah.
you better be grateful because you are in the top 1% worldwide.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that can't afford food. A lot of people don't have a house to live in.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy times, man. Like I'm literally in a situation where I don't need to leave my house if I don't want to. Right. But you know, you want to get out, you want to meet people, you want to network.
How's
You know
that
what I
feel?
mean?
How did it feel when it hit?
It feels good, but it's interesting because it's like the grass is always greener, right? And I thrive on dealing with people, being in front of people. And before COVID, the whole industry for banking, it was very like, hey, let's grab dinner. Hey, let's grab lunch. Hey, let's do this. Now everyone's like, just call me.
Yeah.
You know, like they don't want to meet anymore.
I hate that. I don't want to talk on the phone. What do you got?
Top 1%.
Top 1% is
794.
you're almost there.
Yeah,
You'll be there next year.
that's right.
6 months, he said.
Well,
I said 1 year. He said 6 months. Smart ass. Love
there
it.
you go.
Love
Well,
it.
actually, the number one investment is yourself. Like, so if someone has no money, I would say invest in yourself. Go take a course. Go learn a skill. Because at the end of the day, you need to make money to invest it. I mean, you can start now. Don't get me wrong, but
Sure.
that would be the first thing I would tell people to do.
I'm constantly. People are always looking for a shortcut.
There's no shortcuts.
People are looking for a shortcut when it comes to making money, when it comes to investing money. They want to get rich quick scheme. They want to invest in a cryptocurrency that's going to 700x in four hours. I'm like, guys,
You know, it's crazy. There's so many people out there, especially in social media. I think that's why I've kind of stayed away from it.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing
they're
is,
full of shit.
well, it's ironic because I kind of have that imposter syndrome where I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. But the interesting thing is, I probably have way more experience than like 90% of these people on there, right?
See, this is what's important. You know, what's funny. Jules Sullivan, actually the guy who made these suits, who made the suit, the shirt, and these pants, by the way. He and shout out to Custom Made Reality and Jewel for the clothing. he and I were talking yesterday, and we were talking like, he's like, there's so many fakers.
Yeah.
He's like, because he's in Dubai, right? I was just there, and I have business going out there. I'll probably live there probably half the year.
Nice.
Moving forward. And he's like, do you know how easy it is just not being a fake? He's like, it's simple, because he's building his personal brand. He has been.
It's crazy, man. And you kind of see both sides to that. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to leave corporates, because you can't be your authentic self.
No.
Like, you're like a robot. Like there's no personality there. And then you have the other side of it on social media where everyone's like just faking it. You know, so it's like, it's really, and that's part of the reason why I've stayed off of it for a while, but I'm like, I can't do that. Like, it's not.
No, you need to be out there. If you're giving good information, bro, you need to be out
100%.
there. Like that, like it's really important. And, you know, I have times, and I've said this in the past, I think I said this a couple weeks ago, I'm like, man, I can't wait to hit a point where I can just throw this thing in the water and never look at social media again.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the right move. I don't know if that's even the right thing to do. If I'm getting good information out there and people are being helped and we're able to even help one person.
It's an amplifier. It's like money, right? It depends what you do with it. You can
explain money as an amplifier to people.
People think that getting more money is going to make you a better person. It's just going to make you more of what you already are. So
I've also heard the opposite, that making more money makes you a worse person.
If you have bad morals, bad principles, it's going to make you a worse person.
So is money the root of all evil?
No, the love for money is the root of all evil. And that's what it says in the Bible. It doesn't say the root of all evil is money. It says the love for money. You can't love money more than people.
Oh, love that, bro.
It's true, though.
It is. 100%.
I mean,
it says it in every, that's actually in every religion, I think.
That's the biggest, there's so many money myths out there.
Yeah.
And that's the number one, is that, you know, oh, money's evil. The root of all money is evil. No, the love of money is the root of all evil.
What are the money myths? Do you have a list of money myths that you go by, or that you talk about?
I mean, we all know them. Money doesn't grow on trees. Right?
Okay, those money myths. Got it.
There's a lot. You got to save, you got to work hard. I mean, that's part of it. But I mean, the same thing is that, like I mentioned before, money's just a tool.
Yeah.
People, they misconstrue what it actually is. It's leverage. That's all it is.
I look at it as just energy.
Yeah.
I look at money as energy a lot, and I think about energy a lot in what I do. It's like, you know, people are exchanging time and their own energy for money, right? If money is energy and energy is always flowing, you can always have this money flowing back to you. Depends how you kind of look at it.
Essentially, I mean, because most people, not everybody, but at a certain point, you trade your time for money.
Sure.
And then you trade your energy, or it takes energy for the time to make the money. So
yeah,
it's kind of true.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense. So when you look at money as energy, and you're spending that money, you're putting that energy back in there. By the way, I stopped saying that I spend money.
You don't.
It's my new thing. I start saying that I circulate money.
Yeah. My thing is that if I'm ever, because when I get money, I like to just reinvest it, deploy the capital.
Sure.
So I'm never walking around with a ton of cash, because it doesn't serve me. So if I don't have a bunch of cash in my savings account, I don't say that I'm poor. I say I'm not liquid.
Not liquid. There you go.
I'm not liquid.
Yeah.
It's an assets.
Well, and being liquid is important at certain times.
Yeah.
And being able to be able to become liquid.
But do you know what is considered a liquid asset though? Stocks, bonds, mutual funds, money markets. So you can have it invested, and if you really need it, what the big secret people do is they don't sell, they borrow against. So that's the big thing.
Borrow against what they own in stocks and bonds and all this
stuff.
stuff.
I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do. I mean, when I was at Merrill Lynch, you'd have a portfolio of stocks, and you can borrow against it. You pay a margin, a couple percentage points to borrow against it, buy real estate with it, do whatever you want to do with it. I have instruments that do that as well, where you can basically put money in, borrow against it, and then actually earn interest on your own money. So there's different ways to do it.
Ooh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, the thing is, when it comes to, I'm not a huge real estate guy personally.
Yeah.
I own my house, but I'm not a real estate investor.
I don't even want to own my house anymore.
Dude, it's, just living here. I was just looking at my statement. Dude, it's crazy, man.
No, I'm renting.
Yeah. I was just talking to my wife.
I have plenty. I could buy 7 houses right now. Cash.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy any of them.
It's like almost not worth it, man.
Well, you get stuck. You get stuck.
Yeah.
Like, you know how hard it is to sell a house? It's a pain in the ass. And then I have to pay realtors that do nothing but take a picture and smile on their Instagram.
Yeah, it's crazy. I bought here 4 years ago. I'm in across the street in Vizcaya over there, and I bought it 4 years ago. I was like excited. Like, it's a great neighborhood. It's great. And but I'm like, dude, you got HOAs, you got property tax, you got insurance, you got maintenance. I mean, it's pain.
Well, I mean, I just look at where is my money best served, and where is my freedom. And I look at money as freedom a lot, and I look at my freedom a lot. If I want to move and I own a house here, it will at least take me 3 months.
Yeah, 90 days at least
to get out of the house.
Yeah,
once I get a full cash offer, like
which actually if you're in this area, things go pretty quickly. Like, it's like,
but still, let's say 90 days.
Yeah, you don't want to be held down.
I don't want to be held down at all. If I want to be like, that's not liquid to me.
No, it's not.
All of my, like when I'm renting a house right now in Windermere.
Yeah.
Beautiful on a lake. You know,
there you go.
Yeah, nice house. But if I want to leave,
Boom.
pay them next month's rent.
You're out.
With the last month's rent. So I pay 2 months rent. I'm out.
Yeah.
I just say, I'm out. 2 months rent. Bye.
That's it. Yeah.
That's freedom. You know? So, I mean, you're not a big real estate guy. Is from a money management perspective, is it even smart to own a house anymore? Like in certain aspects, in certain, like if you want to have this freedom of movement and freedom of have this autonomy almost.
Well, here's another thing is that everyone thinks that like there's just blanket advice for money. I mean,
There's not. It's individual.
You have some basic principles. I mean, the banks, houses were made for the banks. They weren't made for us.
Yeah.
They make money when they lend money.
Houses were made for the banks.
They were. That's the what's the largest thing they're going to lend a regular American?
Yeah, it's a house. It's a mortgage.
And if you have a 30-year, okay, and you pay it on schedule, you're going to pay almost double what the actual house costs. And then if you actually look at the maintenance on it on top of that, I mean, like, yeah,
your $300,000 house costs you $750 easy.
Yeah, 100%. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, you'd want to do like a 15-year mortgage and maybe, do some extra payments towards the principal, but the goal isn't necessarily, it depends on your mindset about it, but you shouldn't want to pay off your house as soon as possible because that is leverage to a certain extent. If you have equity in it, you can pull off of that and do things. But
I mean, I'm big on, I don't know, the freedom thing with me. I used to be the complete opposite way, by the way. Yeah. I was like, I need to own my house where I live. I used to think like renting was such a waste of money until money was no longer an issue. I'm
like the last year or two, I hate it, bro. Dude, I hate it. And even like being in that area.
Yeah.
Dude, you go to the HOA, it's like arm and a leg for the HOA. They don't really do anything. And then you go to the meetings, everyone's fighting, everyone's arguing. Like as soon as I bought my property, they're like, oh, they're like, there's a $1 million deficit in our HOA because they didn't manage the money properly.
What does that even mean?
Dude, that's what I said. And then
so your HOA fees are going to nothing.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, not nothing, but they just didn't plan properly for the maintenance that they needed, right? So it's like that's our problem. It's like people on the top always mismanage money, right? So it's crazy.
So coming from the stock market, from Merrill Lynch, going into Nicoletti Capital, what are your personal mindsets on money, time, freedom, family? Like, where's your personal mindset on that ecosystem? What advice would you give for today? Today, July 11th. What is it? July 11th, 2025. Is it 2025? What year is it?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
We're already halfway through the year, man. It's crazy.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So what's your personal mindset on money, time, freedom, family?
It's interesting because it's changing to a certain extent. Because when I first started my business, I was just like head down, go 100 miles an hour. We got to go full force forward to make this work.
Yep.
But and I've always been a hard worker. But what I've noticed is that you got to work hard. Don't get me wrong, but you got to work smart too. And I think that's one of the things that.
What does working smart mean compared to working hard?
Well, people that are digging ditches work hard. People that are on my roof work hard. People that are cutting my grass work hard. But it's not smart. It's not a high level skill set.
So working smart, in your opinion, is a high level skill set.
What's number one? But for me, the thing that I was changing was the AI, the technology. For the longest time, I'm like, I don't need to learn technology. I'm like
AI, Gary.
Yeah. My wife hates it, by the way. She hates it.
Really?
She's like, you're talking AI again? She's like,
is AI going to replace me, honey? Yes, by the way,
dude,
it will. The robot girlfriend or boyfriend will replace you.
It's great. I mean, I've been using it this year. It's like having a consultant. It's amazing.
It is. If you build it right and if you prompt it right.
Dude, I pay $20 a month, bro.
It's a tool. It's a tool.
Yeah.
It's a tool just like, so I think, here's how I think about AI. Yeah. I'm sorry to cut you off on your personal mindsets, but here's what I think about AI real quick on any business. If you're a business owner, you're not using AI and you're not using the tools, you're the same person that's going to die just like when they didn't want to use the internet.
Yeah.
Well, the internet's stupid. We're not going to get on Google. We're not going to do. Why would we do that?
Yeah,
bro. You're already 5 years behind if you're not using AI today.
The number one word is pivot.
Pivot. Well, that's what entrepreneurs are.
I just read a book recently. It's called Pivot or Die. Really good book. Did you know that American Express, they were actually a logistics company first?
I didn't.
Yeah. They were like UPS and FedEx.
Really?
Yeah. And then when the first credit card came out in the 50s, then they got into the credit card game.
They're killing it now.
Yeah.
Or charge cards. Or charge cards. Not
Yeah,
credit
it was
cards.
the first card was a Diners Club card, I believe. It was
Yeah.
like some guy like went to dinner with his wife. He forgot his money, and then that was the idea that seeded the whole Diners card, which
Was
led
it
to
really?
yeah, which
I
led
didn't
to
know that.
yeah, which led to credit cards, and then basically from there, other restaurants adopted it, other stores adopted it, and then it went to more store credit.
Yeah,
and
got
then
it.
from there, Visa, MasterCard just been dominating it ever since. So
Yeah. I mean, you have who are the big credit card companies now? Because pretty much all of them got
Visa, MasterCard, Amex. I mean, you got a couple others, but those are
Discover's
the-
out there still. But I don't,
Capital One just bought them, I believe.
did they?
Yeah.
Okay. Capital One's pretty big.
Yeah, they're out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what the credit card debt is now? Have you seen that?
Trillions and trillions. I mean,
You see what the average credit card debt is for a person? It's like, and by the way, the savings for people too, it's just completely
what is it, like under $500? Is that still
under
true?
$500 in savings, and it's like over $20K in credit card debt, or $20K in debt. Maybe
It
it's
might
not
be
credit
more than
card
that.
debt.
I thought it was like 100, but I could be wrong. But
I mean, I don't know. Gary,
I don't know.
want to fact check this?
it's a lot. I mean, I keep seeing that number. Like people have less than $500 in the bank. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, if people have any kind of catastrophic issue, they're screwed.
Well, you're losing purchasing power. I just saw a study that came out that said that 2025, I think that you need to make 125,000 now as opposed to 100,000 to be equivalent in 2020. So we lost about
So went up a
25.
quarter, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I said when this whole shutdown thing what happened. I'm like, yeah, you can do that, but the solution is going to be worse than the problem because you're going to be injecting all this money, just diluting it.
Oh, that's what happened.
Because all inflation is, it's more dollars chasing less services and goods, and that's all it is.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it's good if you have assets. The assets go up. That's why. Guess what? The wealth went up. Rich people got richer. Poor people got poorer.
Yeah.
Because poor people they just have liabilities. They don't have assets.
I think I wrote something down about this earlier. I wrote this down earlier, and I heard it on a podcast. So the biggest difference between the rich and the poor is that the poor people are always seeking comfort, while rich people are comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's one way I look at it. The other thing I say is that poor people are always looking at problems. Rich people are always looking at solutions. Right.
100%. Well, it's mindset.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Is there a money mindset?
Yeah, there is.
What's a money mindset? What's your money mindset?
My money mindset is that you don't have to stress about it. Like it's just going to come to you, man. If you do the right things for the right people at the right time, it's going to come to you.
I'm big on attraction. I'm big on law of attraction.
Yeah.
I'm big on manifesting. I've manifested pretty much everything that I have.
I you know what? What's interesting is I've done it most of my life, but I did it unintentionally.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, really cool.
But wasn't it cool when you realized it? Like when you realized you're like, oh, like when I first heard the term manifesting, I'm like, I've done this. And I've also done I've manifested shit in my life before too.
Yeah, you can manifest either one. Like, for example, I always wanted to be a stockbroker, and this was before I wanted to be a stockbroker, right? And I was like, so I got into it. I saw the movie Wall Street in 80s and 90s
Wall
and
Street's
making
gangster.
money.
Yeah, Wall Street's good.
And I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. You know what? I did it. I made it happen. You know what I mean? And then I wanted to, live in Dr. Phillips. I was living in Orlando. I was like, I love this area. Specifically, I want to live in that neighborhood. And, I got a property. And I was probably like one of the youngest people in there to get it, which is crazy. Because like, dude, when I bought it, it was like 4 years ago. Everyone was like 50, 60 years old.
We can't say it's crazy anymore. Gary and I decided this in
you can't say
Dubai a few months ago. It's earned.
Well, no, it is earned, but what was crazy to me was that there was no younger people in there. That's what I'm starting to see more younger people.
That's because they
coming
didn't
now.
earn it.
Yeah,
because they didn't have the money mindset.
and I think the thing too is like that goes back to like that imposter syndrome is like I think we're our own worst critic and we're harder on ourselves than we should be. So it's like a lot of times. I mean, that's how I am sometimes, where it's like.
So I agree that we're harder on ourselves than we should be, but we should be harder on ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
We should be, but I think sometimes it's like a little bit more, as opposed to the people out there that are just flaunting like, oh, I'm renting Lambos and they're doing all this stuff, and it's like, I've actually have a track record of some success. I'm not a multi-millionaire right now, but
Sure.
yeah, I have a track record of success. And
You
most
are
people don't
multi-millionaire
have
right now. You just haven't. It's not in the bank
It's
yet.
not liquid yet. It's not in the bank.
Not liquid yet.
Not-
There we
not-
go.
not liquid
I love
yet.
it. That's what we want to talk about.
Words are important.
Words are important.
And
Affirmations, man.
Affirmation, a lot of these affirmations, it's all biblical too. Like this is a lot of these like self-help people, like Napoleon Hill and everything. It's like he just took biblical principles and just reworded it. You know what I mean?
These principles have been around for generations and thousands of years.
Yeah.
Thousands of years. Even before the Bible. These came from people that understood how things worked.
Yeah.
You look at old, I was in Egypt last, what was it, October, November? I was in Egypt last year, and I was reading, and there's obviously like, you have the hieroglyphs and everything like that, and I'm reading some of the hieroglyphs, and it has the translations next to it in the brand new Grand Egyptian Museum. It's sick, bro.
Yeah,
Cairo,
nice.
you have to go. So I'm reading this, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, that sounds very close to a Bible passage.
Yeah.
I'm like, the equations, the system has been out there for so long, and people just don't even look for it.
Yeah. People can't look beyond behind their hand, bro. They're just like, they're just living for today. You know,
True.
It's crazy. Like all these principles, you go back to Mesopotamia and Egypt and all these things. It's like everything's been there. You know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, success is always there. So it's always been there, and it's right within the grasping distance. It's just people can't see this far ahead.
Who do you think built the pyramids?
Somebody get my tinfoil hat. My Egyptologist that took me on a tour would yell at me if I said anything other than the people. Here's what I actually think. It's not aliens. I don't think it was aliens. I think it was humans. But I think it was done by a lost technology that we have no clue what it was, where it is. I think it could have possibly, like they're talking about, like, well, this is impossible to move this stone piece with anything less than 500 humans, and 500 humans can't fit behind the stone.
Yeah.
So how do they move it? It's got to be aliens. It's like, if you watch History Channel now, everything's ancient aliens. Oh, it's hilarious. The guy with the hair.
I thought recently about it, and I was like, you know what? I mean, in the Bible, it said that there's giants back in the day.
Anunnaki.
Yeah, well, Anunnaki, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But there was giants, so maybe that had something to do with it too.
We know literally nothing about our history, by the way.
No.
We know nothing about our history. We don't even know about our history that happened 60 years ago.
We don't even know that there's two genders. What are you talking about? I was like, what are you talking about? I was like,
by the way, newsflash. Pay attention, guys. Welcome to Tomo Talks. Newsflash. There are two genders now since Trump became president.
Dude,
it's a joke. There's always two genders, male and female.
Listen, it's crazy.
The whole thing is asinine.
I'm so live and let live, but it's like to a certain extent. But it's like I feel like I'm the old man, like waving my fist in the air now, where I'm like, what's going on?
We might be. We might be. Get off my lawn.
It's crazy.
But you know what? This is the same. This is not about any political shit. This is not about Yeah, that's a joking thing. And if you actually got pissed off because we said there was two genders.
It's biology.
When you're in the medical several field. Things to say to you. Okay, biologically, there are two. There's a male and a female. Okay, that's what it is. Whatever you want to call yourself has nothing to do with me, but I'm not going to have to call you it as well. But this is the same thing that I'm talking about with money. Mm-hmm. This same asinine behavior of what your gender is and making shit up, zim, zer, whatever it is. They think the same thing about money. They're making up their own scenarios about money, and they're saying, oh, well, crypto's a scam. Well, this is a scam. Well, I can't make more money. Well, your belief system is what literally cripples and destroys everything around you.
Yeah. Well, I always say there's two types of people, and it's not Democrat, it's not Republican, it's not male, it's not female. It's realists and idealists, right?
Okay.
So there's people that live on principles that actually work in real life, and people that are in the clouds thinking what they think is actually reality when it's not.
Ooh.
It's crazy, right?
It's really good. All right. We're going to do something that I like doing on some podcasts. It's a rapid fire Q&A.
Sure.
Okay, and I'm gonna end this up before I get my closing thoughts. Mm-hmm. And you can make these as short or as long as possible. Some people make them about 4 words. Some people make them about 4 minutes. So we'll see how you do.
Let's go for it.
What's the best financial decision you ever made?
Getting into sales.
Getting into so important.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't matter what you do. You're in sales.
I really wish more people would understand that.
Everything you want is a commission, whether it's money or non-monetary.
Gave me a little bit of chills, bro. That was good. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
Sick answer to that question. What book changed your relationship with money?
Probably the first book that's had me start thinking more was the Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Okay.
As opposed to being a worker. So you want to go from being a worker to a business owner to an investor.
Yeah.
That was kind of number one. Also, a really underrated book is Proverbs in the Bible. There's a lot of good principles there. I mean, there's so many. It's hard to say for sure. But that was that Rich Dad Poor Dad was the one that kind of got me like opening my mindset, and then from there just kind of took off. But
yeah, and then you started going into all kinds of books.
Yeah, but also too, like being in the industry that I'm in, it's like I had to get my Series 7. You learn about stocks. You learn about the open market. I mean, you talk about textbooks too, but
yeah. Well, what's one book that you would suggest anybody read that wants to learn more about money or change their mindset about money?
I would definitely do Rich Dad Poor Dad because it's gonna change your mind out there.
Okay.
Dude, Grant Cardone has really good books too, by the way, about sales, and dude, that guy's like a multi-billionaire with real estate too. So I read a lot of his books. He's got a lot of good information out there. The Millionaire Next Door is a good one.
Okay.
There's so many, man. It's like
awesome. Well, those are 3 great tips for people to actually look at. What is the worst financial myth on social media or media right now? Yeah. or maybe the worst financial advice even. Yeah. What's the worst piece of financial advice or financial myth that you see out there?
There's so many, man. I think
you can name a few, bro, because you're going to help people with this one.
I think the get rich quick scheme, like you can do it to a certain extent, but I think everybody wants the easy way out. Like there's not an easy way out. Like, you know, the lottery is a scam. Dude, take that money and invest that. Credit cards, avoid them unless you're using it for leverage. Credit card, you're paying 20 to 30%. I mean,
if you're letting your credit cards go,
dude, that'll kill
I pay
you.
my credit cards off every month.
As you should.
Yeah. I also spend a shitload of money on my credit
Yeah,
cards.
you get a lot of
an
points.
obnoxious amount of money on credit cards.
I mean, high interest loans will destroy you.
Yes. Yeah. They'll kill your finances altogether.
And also too, I think what we were talking about before, like, don't be so in a rush to buy a property or buy a house. Like, you have to put a lot of money down. You know, I mean, I think now I heard they're doing like these like no money down loans. I heard it's kind of crazy.
Doing that shit again? It's
So.
literally what caused the crash in 2008.
To a certain extent, they were doing what they call like ninja loans.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
income, no jobs, no assets.
Yeah.
So they're still like, you have to have some income, you got to have some credit, but
Okay, so
I think they're being a little bit more lenient on the down payment now.
They learn from their mistakes in the 08 crisis.
We can't help ourselves.
Unbelievable. And 3 words that define your business, Nicoletti Capital. 3 words.
Integrity, honesty, and transparency.
Beautiful. And I love how you didn't have to think for a second about those, because those are core principles probably for yourself as well.
Of course.
And that's how it should
The reason
be.
with the books, I have so many books that I read, man. I'm like, it's crazy. There's so many out there. I'm constantly listening to podcasts, constantly reading books. There's so many.
Well, consuming information as opposed to entertainment, right? And you can have both. And information can be entertainment as well.
I literally wrote in my notepad on my phone, I said, I want to be educated, not entertained.
No shit.
Yeah, like
I saw you
recently.
smile when I just said that.
Yeah, I just wrote that recently, and I'm like, you know, I'm not saying I don't watch TV and stuff like that.
Sure.
But like, I try to actually make it like documentaries, educational. There's a lot of good ones on like Amazon Prime.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, there's a ton of good ones out there.
Well, I watch history documentaries constantly, but I've been doing this since I was a kid. I watch
Yeah.
nature and history documentaries
Yeah.
all the time. You could ask me really random questions about a lot of weird shit, and I'll randomly know about it. I don't even know how to remember.
It should be on Jeopardy.
Yeah, maybe Jeopardy would be a good thing.
I think though the one thing I noticed with like taking information in is it's super important, but it's kind of like your phone too, where it's like you need to be able to harness it properly, because you can take so much information in and not actually apply it to the right thing.
I found myself doing that before.
Dude, it's tough, man.
Yeah, well, and it's like being able to. And here's one thing, you know, we're talking about intaking information and intaking social media or TV or anything, whether it's
Yeah.
entertainment or information. People really need to learn how to give themselves a brain break with just quiet solitude.
Yeah.
And they don't do that anymore.
No.
Like I challenge people all the time. No TV, put your phone in, I don't care, a lockbox, your car, the freezer, give it to somebody and have them run away with it. Stay without your phone, technology, TV, anything, and books. No book. For 30 minutes. Try it. It's right?
Just sit with yourself for 30 minutes.
Sit with yourself for 30 minutes. You will be astonished.
You want to see your demons? Yeah, go for
at
it.
how hard. Yeah. Because the shit you're going to be thinking about, but it's so important.
I mean, I don't know if
An easy way to do it is go like on a hike.
Yeah.
Keep your phone. Don't bring your phone. Go on a hike.
dude, there's something to be said about being in nature.
It's healing.
Dude, there was a few years ago, I was just like, dude, I was running burn the end on both ends.
Yeah, sure.
And dude, I was like, I told my wife, like, hey, I need a week. And I took a trip and I just went to Montana.
Love that, bro.
Dude, by myself. I bought a cabin.
Good for you. Listen, that's my
Dude,
man.
I was like-
That's my man, bro. Listen, that's so important.
Dude, it's crazy. And everyone was like looking at me like I was nuts. I'm out there like in the middle of nowhere.
love
I got my bear spray, I got my knife, and I'm out in the
This is sick. This is a great idea.
Well, it's crazy. And then when I came back, everybody was like, you went by yourself? I'm like, yeah, you got to reset. You know,
People do not understand the value of that at all. I've done it. I went to Georgia. I go to the Georgia mountains. I love the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a while, but I heard they're beautiful. It's like on the other side of the Smokies, essentially, right?
Yeah. So basically, I mean, from Florida, it's pretty much straight up. Go through Atlanta, go up to Blue Ridge, and then just span out. Blue Ridge is a small town, it's super fun. It's great. It's a great town to be in. But span outside of Blue Ridge, go find a cabin in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Sit there by yourself. And bro, the first time I did this by myself, I've only done it. No, I've done it twice by myself, I think. The first time I did it, my staff thought I died.
Yeah.
Because I didn't answer my phone for 24 hours. I put my phone in the safe of the house and I locked it in there.
Oh, dude, they thought you were dead.
everyone thought I was dead.
Yeah.
But I felt so at peace. Nature, I was sitting there smoking cigars. I'm eating good food. I'm not talking to anybody.
Have you ever been to Montana?
I've never been to Montana. I've been to, what's right next? Wyoming.
I haven't been there, but dude,
Same idea.
Go to Glacier National Park, dude. It is amazing. It's the closest thing apparently you can get to the Alps without being in Europe.
I've been in Europe 100 times, so I've been to the Alps.
But I'm just saying if you're in the
for
country,
US, yeah. For anybody watching this in America, yeah. I mean, it's beautiful out there, bro. That's God's country.
Dude, I met this guy that lived there, and he was just like, yeah, I walk these trails every day. And like his wife died, and he was just by himself, and he was like, man, he's like, I just walk these trails, and every day I just see people just crying on these trails because they've never been in nature like this before.
Wow,
dude, it's crazy.
Well, they call things like that God's country for a reason,
dude. Yeah, you
get close to yourself, you get close to your soul, you get close to what life actually is about. It's not. Okay, money is a tool that gives you freedom. Having the freedom to do what you want to do and be able, you have to have money to go to Montana and rent a cabin and go and fuck off for a week.
Yeah.
You have to have money for that. But money's not the point.
No.
Being able to do things like that and experience life, this one life that you have.
Peace is the point,
bro.
man.
It's unbelievable.
It's like, that's one of the things I want to, that's one of my goals I want to do is I want to work on getting a property, whether it's in Blue Ridge or if it's in Montana, just get a getaway property. Just go up there, a couple times a year, man.
I got outbid on 150 acres in Blue Ridge.
Did you?
How sad. I thought I was going to get it. I went over what they wanted because the property was sick. It was a big square.
Yeah.
147 acres. 3 sides were national forest.
Yeah.
And then the front side was a street. I'm like, perfect.
That is perfect. Yeah.
You can't go wrong there. And I ended up getting outbid by quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, it just means you'll get a better property.
I'll get a better property. It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
Where can people find you? Where can people find your company? Give people your information. And by the way, I'm challenging you to get on social media.
Yeah. Well,
Not consume it. Not go on there and screw around. You can watch my shit if you want, but not go on there and screw around. But where can people find you? And they're going to find you on social media because I'm gonna have you start doing a little bit more posting and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, you can find me on my website. It's nicoletticapital.com. Instagram. I'm Tony Nicoletti, so you can find me there.
Yeah, that's how we connected, actually.
Yeah, Instagram.
The one time he went on Instagram that month.
There you go. Yeah.
But he's going to start putting out information. And dude, truly, and I mean this from a pure measure of honesty, it's not because we became friends or because you're on the podcast. Trust me, I wouldn't say it if I didn't feel it. It's kind of just how I am.
Yeah.
Your information it's good, it's honest, it's real.
Yeah. People
would appreciate it, and people are going to gravitate towards somebody who has an honest, real perspective on making money.
Yeah.
And on putting that kind of information out there with no real need for gain. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I don't feel greed in you. And I don't think you're doing this only for yourself to make money. I know a lot of people are.
Yeah, no, it's not that, man. It's interesting. I mean, I think when you're in your 20s, it might be a little different. You know what I mean? You're just like,
selfish assholes when we're 20s.
Dude, yeah, I was a piece of shit in my 20s, dude.
Bro, listen, most of us have done some really stupid stuff in our 20s.
Yeah, but no, you kind of get that out. I think once you start making a little bit, you realize that it's not going to make you happy. I mean, obviously, it's going to provide you the tools and leverage you need to live the life that's desirable for you. But no, man, life's all about helping people, man. That's what life's all about.
Love that, man.
Yeah,
guys, I hope you got something out of this. I really hope that you reach out to Nicoletti Capital if you need anything, or Tony himself on his Instagram. Getting this kind of information in front of you, it's super important. Business is not just about making money. Business and money is not just about money. Look at it as freedom. Look at it as energy. Look at it as how everything kind of cycles in your life. Bring all of that energy to a positive place. Money will attract to you if you're positive about money.
Yeah.
Attractiveness in every single form, things will come to you in that fashion.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Have some faith, keep growing, keep making money. Man, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate you.
Cheers.
Cheers.